Hey everybody, welcome to Compton's Clean Kitchen. Today we're going to do something really for Ben, I'm going to say, because it's the beginning of November, beginning of fall, getting closer to the holidays, and his sweet tooth intensifies by that much. So today we're going to make a mug cake, not M-U-D, a mug cake. Where there's just two of us and I'm not a huge sweet eater, it doesn't make sense to make a whole cake because Ben will eat it all in one setting. So we make it one mug at a time. And what we're going to use to make it is oat flour, brown rice flour, tapioca flour, coconut palm sugar, baking powder and salt, vanilla flavoring, applesauce, coconut milk, and sunflower oil. And I know that sounds like a lot of ingredients, but we're really just going to put them into a mug and we're going to put it in the microwave. And it's not going to take any more than 5 minutes at tops. And that's being really generous with the time there. So what we're going to start with is 3 tablespoons of oat flour. And we use, if you look at the oat flour, brown rice flour, and tapioca, we use Bob's Red Mill. I make the oat flour myself by starting with rolled oats and put them in my food processor and another processor to make this. However, they do sell it already made oat flour that's gluten-free, and this is organic. But we like Bob's Red Mill because everything he does is non-GMO. And while he does make other things that I may be allergic to or Ben may be allergic to, he has really good standards to where we have yet to be cross-contaminated. And he actually writes that on there, that they have really good quality standards to make sure those things stay separated. So Bob's Red Mill is our go-to. Our next ingredient is going to be 2 tablespoons of brown rice flour. Then we're going to have a tablespoon of tapioca starch. When you use your tapioca starch, it's very fine, so be careful. Don't put it in your thing too fast or it'll poof up and you'll have like a plume of what looks like smoke. You can see a little bit of it coming up there right now. We're going to put for Ben, I'm going to put a heaping tablespoon and a little bit more of coconut palm sugar. Now, we haven't used this before. We use coconut palm sugar versus white sugar or brown sugar. It is organic. We use Wholesome's, and it is organic. And the thing we like about it, like I said, we use better for you sugar, but not good for you sugar, because too much sugar can still be bad. But this has a lower glycemic load than regular white sugar. And of course it's organic. So we're going to put that in there. So this is about a tablespoon and a little bit extra for Ben. Now we're going to put 1/8 of a teaspoon of baking powder and 1/8 of a teaspoon of real salt. I use the Hains baking powder because one thing that we talked about at the very beginning is I don't use anything that has aluminum. And a lot of your baking powders have aluminum containers, whatever, but this is completely aluminum free. So we're going to put 1/8 of a teaspoon of that. And then we're going to put 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. And with that opening, this is going to be entertaining. Now you may want to not use a little bit more salt or a little less. But again, your salt is to bring out the flavor of your stuff. So we're going to put our dry ingredients in there first. Then I got me a cute little whisker here. And we're going to take these, mix them all up. And now we're going to add our wet ingredients. And I'm going to start with a fork to kind of mix these together before I use the spoon. I'm going to start with the milk and the oil first. And we have got 3 tablespoons of coconut milk. And we use Silk. It is non-GMO verified. And it's unsweetened. Make sure you get unsweetened. And then this is Spectrum Organic Sunflower Oil. I like sunflower oil because it is a drier oil and it has no taste whatsoever. Then we're going to add our applesauce. I do a heaping tablespoon of applesauce. And then we're going to do a teaspoon, and you know me, so I say a generous teaspoon of the vanilla extract. I'm going to mix it together. That. And then once I think I've got all of that, most of that off of there, we'll lay this down for just a minute. I'm going to pick it back up and I'm going to get my whisk in here and get it incorporated some more. Make sure we get it all off the bottom because we don't want to get to the bottom of that. So it looks like a cake mixture, except for what we've done is we've replaced wheat with other alternatives. I think it's pretty good. So now we're going to pop it in the microwave for 2 minutes. Now, depending on your microwave, it may take a little bit more time, it may take a little less, but we're going to let it microwave for 2 minutes. And then while that's microwaving, we'll talk about what we're going to put on it. Now, there's variations we can do of this. For this right here, we're going to put, for Ben, we're going to put strawberry on there, and we use St. Dalfauer. I always have trouble saying it. It is a fruit preserve. It has no sugar in it. It is sweetened with dates and grapes and things like that, so natural sugars, and it is imported from France, and of course it's non-GMO. So we use that. The other thing you can do is when you're making your mug cake, because this is a cake base, just like any other cake, it's probably going to need a topping. You can put mini chocolate chips in it, and then I'll just put a few if you wanted to, and then put a few on top. And we use Enjoy Life. What we love about them is they are free of the top 8 allergens, so we don't have to worry about anything, any allergens, any cross-contaminations, and their stuff is really good. So you can put chocolate chips in it. So it looks like we have about a minute left, and we'll wait on that. Okay, so our mug cake is done. It's been 2 minutes. We're gonna take it out, and we're gonna show you what it looks like. I'm gonna step over here. So if you look down in here, it's just like a regular cake, except for it's in a mug. You didn't have to get out a whole pan of stuff, but it's just like a regular cake. It's moist, it's good. So what we're gonna do for Ben is we're just gonna take some of this strawberry preserves, and I'm just gonna put it on top of it, and it'll start to melt it. Kind of make it like a topping. Now there's different other things that you can do if you like you could put whipped cream on it. I'll be doing some recipes that actually have icing on there at a later time that use coconut oil and sugar, organic white sugar. But that is what our mug cake looks like. And I'm actually going to take a bite before Ben. That's it. That is so good. Do you want to take a bite?
Yeah.
Okay, try me. So now Ben is going to take a bite, and we're going to get his feedback on it because this is for him. Just like a cake.
It is a cake. This is mine, not yours.
So Ben is happy. He's excited about the cake, and like I said, it's a quick way to make a cake without having to make an entire big cake, and it's not out of a box. You've got natural ingredients, better for you ingredients, and it's a better for you sweet treat. So that's what we have for today is a mug cake. And tune in next time, because as we get closer to Christmas, there's going to be more and more sweets, because Ben's sweet tooth is going to go bigger, bigger, and bigger. So we can say thank you, Ben. Till next time, thanks guys. Have a good day.